The top-selling auto brand of all time is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. It is, of course, the American icon Chevrolet. Turns out there's a strong tie between Chevrolet and our region. In fact, Colussy Chevrolet in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania is the oldest Chevy dealer under continuous family ownership in the United States. Tim Colussy is co-owner of Colussy Chevrolet, and welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you, Bill. Good to be here.
Happy anniversary.
Well, thank you.
Of the brand, if not the dealership,
Yeah,
I guess, right?
yeah. Well, we're celebrating our 93rd, but the Chevrolet is celebrating their 100th.
That's really cool. Your grandfather got the family into the business?
That's correct, yeah. My grandfather started the business back in 1918, and he, as I said, was only 17 years old when he got the franchise.
17 years old?
Yes.
There really was a wide open industry in those days, wasn't it?
It was. He was very interested and fascinated by cars and trucks, and had actually gotten a reputation in our community as being a very good mechanic. His father had put him in charge of a couple of trucks that they owned for their business, and so he developed a real interest and passion for automobiles. So he got the franchise from Chevrolet in 1918, and just began the family business at that point, and has continued since.
So they had a showroom in those days? Did it take?
Yes. Well, fortunately, his father was a contractor, and so they built a lot of buildings and homes around our community in Bridgeville, and so one of the first things he had them do was build them a new garage and showroom for his dealership, and so they located there on Baldwin Street in Bridgeville, and had the showroom and a service department. But in those days, they also had their home above the dealership. They had apartments there, and so they lived there along with some other family members. Lived above the dealership.
Wow, it's quite a history. I can tell you're really proud of the whole story.
Yeah,
it's continuing the tradition.
Yeah, it's a great legacy to have, and you know, automobiles and selling cars has been in our family for many years.
Yeah, how did you get the bug? I mean, because it's unusual. Third-generation businesses are not all that common in general, and even in the auto industry.
Yeah, right. And well, as I say, my father then went into the business as a second generation, and so I grew up with the car business. And you know, my mother would say that they had a way of getting us hooked into the business. You know, that my dad would come home with a nice new shiny car, and it'd be in the driveway, and his little 5 or 6 year old kid, I would go out and play in his car, and there's something about new cars and that new car smell that just captivates you. And so I got an interest and a love of cars, and knew pretty early on that that's what I wanted to do. Went off to college and did explore a couple other things, but my dad also always told us that you know, don't get into the family business just because you think you should or that we expect you to, but get into it if you really love it and you really want to do it, because it's a lot of hard work. It's not a easy business to be in, and if you don't enjoy it and don't really love it, it's not worth it. So
yeah, I think about the times we've been through, and it's not the first recession, I'm sure, that Colussy's had to navigate. And there's, you know, going through the Great Depression, I guess you all survived that. So you have to have a lot of passion and a willingness really to work for hard work to navigate through those times.
You do. You realize that it is not just you know, all glamour with new cars and so forth. You're running a business. You have employees that depend upon you. You have the community that depends upon you. You provide a valuable service in the community. So we take that seriously, and you know, we try to really run the best business that we can. But they have been through, you know, just over the years, and the last 93 years with Chevrolet, they've seen a lot of difficult times, good times. The Chevrolet has been a great selling brand in America in general, but you know, they did go through the Depression, World War II, some of the early gasoline crises in the 70s. As I was coming into the business, started seeing the lines, long lines for gasoline and things. So,
did you make the right choice after all? Suddenly, some other field looks better.
Exactly. Right? There were times when we thought, oh, you know, maybe this isn't the best business to be in, but you know, you stick it out. You're in it for the long term and the long haul, and you know, it's been a very rewarding business.
So where do you think? Is there a fourth generation in the pipeline?
Well, there could be, possibly. I've got children coming up, and my brother, it was my partner in the business, my brother John, has some children, so we'll see. There might be a possibility of a fourth generation.
All right, but they got to love the business first,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
All right. Tim Colussy, co-owner of Colussy Chevrolet. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. Good to be here.
And we'll be back in a minute with little dollars and cents. Stay with us.